Hello and welcome to your YouTube channel by Expert Doctor. I am Dr. Shalini Singh Salunke, your consultant physician. Wishing you all a very happy new year. May this new year brings you health, happiness and prosperity. I'm extremely sorry that I have not been very consistent with my videos for last couple of weeks. But unfortunately, my entire family got COVID positive, and worst of all, my 6-month-old baby also got COVID positive. He was having fever, he was crying, and we were really very scared. But now, since everything is good, sound, I'm back here again in front of you all to provide you science-related, health-based information directly from medical experts. A total of 2.7 lakh COVID positive patients got detected in last 24 hours. Very well proves that India is facing third wave of COVID-19, and this time it is driven by Omicron variant. And since I have been the recent victim of Omicron variant, I think that it is very important for all of us to understand the basic facts related to Omicron variant. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you how Omicron variant is going to affect our life now. When are we going to see the peak of COVID-19? When will this particular wave will end? Who will get affected by Omicron variant adversely and seriously? Is it a very serious condition or a mild condition? How can we protect ourselves? Is there anything specific like do's and don'ts related to Omicron variant? And many other questions. These all questions were asked by few of my patients, and hence I thought that I should assemble them all and make a video so that all of you will get advantage of it. So let's start today's video. First question. Can we get infected after both shots of vaccine? Yes, we can get infected even after 2 shots of vaccine. Now see, as I have already explained in my previous video, vaccines will protect us against serious infections, death and hospitalization. It will not protect us against infection. So yes, we can definitely get infected. Second question, if we had COVID infection in the past, can we still get infected? Yes. Now see, as we have seen through trends, the percentage or chances of reinfection is around 11 to 14%. That means in the studies we have seen that those who have got previous infections of COVID-19, this Omicron variant is finding it easy to enter into their body. Hence the rate of reinfection is increased. So if you are previously infected, there are high chances that you will get infected by Omicron variant in this wave as well. Third question. When can we expect the peak of this wave and when will it end? So this was a particular question which was asked by many people. See, if we follow the trends of Omicron variant in South Africa, there it reached to its peak within 15 to 20 days. It stayed there for around couple of weeks and then started falling down. So the decline they started seeing was around after 1.5 or 2 months of the start. If we follow the same trend here in India, we have seen that since last 15-20 days, the cases of COVID-19 have increased. So we can estimate that we are already on the peak of COVID-19. This peak will sustain for like couple of weeks, and then probably by the second week or third week of February, we will start seeing a decline in this trend. Maybe by the end of Feb or first week of March, we will be out of the situation. Now the fourth question. Is Omicron as serious as Delta infection? This is another very commonly asked question. Now, if we look at the data and the scientific studies which have taken place in UK, US or South Africa, we have seen that this Omicron variant is definitely very highly transmissible, infectious, but the intensity of disease causing is very mild. Usually it is not causing serious infection. Around 95% people are recovering very fast. Hardly 5 to 7% or 8% people are finding it difficult to fight against this infection. The recovery rate is absolutely good. But this particular variant can also be serious in vulnerable population. Now what's the vulnerable population, or the population in which Omicron variant can be serious or can cause serious infection and hospitalization as well? Number 1, those who are not vaccinated. Number 2, those who had not had the previous COVID infection. Number 3, people who have comorbidities like diabetes, blood pressure, heart issues, kidney issues. Number 4, immunocompromised population like those on chemotherapy, people who have cancers or other kind of immune deficiency syndromes. Number 5, the elderlies. So these are the vulnerable population which can get seriously affected by Omicron. So for them, Omicron is not a mild disease. Now the 5th question, is Omicron just like a common cold? Now it will not be advisable to call it as a common cold-like disease because it's, any which ways, it's COVID. The kind of severity it has is definitely more than common cold. It's less than Delta variant, but it's more than common cold. I myself suffered from severe sore throat. It was almost difficult for me to swallow anything for at least 2 to 3 days. The cough was very hacking sort of cough. I had expectoration as well. My family members had gross, debilitating body ache. They were finding it difficult to get up from their bed. And the similar kind of symptoms I heard from many of my patients. So definitely it is not a life-threatening condition, but it's not as mild as a common cold as well. 6th question. If Omicron is a mild infection as said by many, then why should we still take precaution to avoid it? So I have 4 important points which I want to discuss with you. As many people are saying that it's a mild disease, it's a common cold-like disease, but still for vulnerable population, it can be very severe. It can still be debilitating. It can still cause hospitalization. It can even cause death. 2nd point, we know that as the infections increase, the mutations in the virus also increase. This mutation can even lead to a very dangerous variant, even dangerous than Delta variant, which we don't want. 3rd point, any which ways, we know that in the previous waves, there were certain people who suffered from long COVID syndrome. That is, they suffered from COVID symptoms which lingered with them, which keep affecting them for a long time, like for a couple of months. For example, few people suffered from cough. Few other people suffered from loss of smell or taste. Their pancreas got affected. They started having troubles with their sugar metabolism. There were people who were finding it difficult to walk, joint pains and many other issues for a long time. Mental fogging was also seen in many patients. So with this Omicron variant, we do not know whether this long COVID syndrome will come. Hence, because we are not certain about it, it's better if we avoid it. Now the last thing, whatever happens, if we get affected by Omicron, even howsoever mild it is, we still have to follow the isolation protocol, which means there will be loss of days of productivity. That means there will be increased economic burden as well as healthcare burden in the country. So, because of all these reasons, it's better to avoid Omicron as far as possible. 7th question, are children getting infected in the 3rd wave? Yes, I can guarantee that because my own kid got affected. And beyond that, we have seen many other children getting affected with Omicron variant in the recent couple of days. But this time, what we are seeing is the symptoms are milder compared to that present in the previous waves, as well as the recovery time is very less. Children are getting recovered within a couple of days. 8th question, are boosters really required? To answer this question, I have a study. A UK-based study suggests that if you take first dose of vaccination, the risk of hospitalization reduced to 52%. If you take second dose of vaccination, this risk will reduce further to 72% for 6 months. After 6 months, the risk will again rise back to 52%. But if you take booster dose within 2 weeks of the 6 months, your immunity will again, the risk of hospitalization will again drop to 82%. That means your protection rate will increase that much. So this proves that your booster dose is very, very important. Now this booster dose can be taken anytime between 6 to 9 months. For elderlies or those who have vulnerable population, it's better you take booster dose just after 6 months. Now the 9th question, what can we do to protect ourselves against infection of Omicron? The answer of this question we all know very well. Mask. A well-fitting mask on the face which is covering your nose as well as mouth. Second, social distancing. Please follow it. It's just a matter of time. Keep following your social distancing protocol. This will help us to end this war once and for all. Third is getting vaccination shots. I think 70% of the population of the country has taken 2 shots of vaccination. It's recently open for teenagers as well. Around 3 crores of teenagers have taken the vaccines. So please, if you still have not taken the vaccine, go and take your shots. And the last thing, maintain hygiene. Keep sanitizing your hands as far as possible. Please follow these precautionary steps. You will definitely save yourself against Omicron. 10th question. Is there something positive about Omicron variant? Now, there are people who are saying that Omicron variant is providing immunity against serious infections like Delta. Now, to support this viewpoint, there was a study done in South Africa which suggested that people who got previously infected by COVID-19 or got vaccinated, if they are requiring Omicron variant infection, the level of antibodies found in their blood was more than 14 times. That is, huge amount of immunity was found in their body against infection, and that was also providing them immunity against Delta variant or other such dangerous COVID variant infections. So it's a positive hope for all of us that probably this Omicron variant will give us answer to end this war against COVID-19. So let's be hopeful for this particular thing. I hope I have provided you the information regarding Omicron variant which is necessary for you. Now, if there's something that you wanted to know, you can drop your questions on comment box or you can send your queries on WhatsApp. I'll definitely assemble all those questions and make a video for you. We'll see you soon with some other informational videos. Till then, stay safe, stay happy at your place, and please be safe against Omicron.